Mick Jagger has slipped into Auckland to a low-key welcome for his One New Zealand concert at the weekend. It's 15 years since Jagger was last in New Zealand and things have changed dramatically.
No longer a street fighting man, these days Mick's about as subversive as Cliff Richard and no longer a magnet for mass hysteria at airports. It was a different story 23 years ago on his first New Zealand visit. Then he was the Stones, unisex rampant, two fingers permanently stuck up to society, the Pied Piper of rock and roll. It was all new in '65, and the venues were smaller too, like Auckland's Civic Theatre. 8 years later, in '73, the Magnificent Five go mad at Western Springs, with a new title, the greatest rock and roll band in the world. It was the day of the hippie, long hair flares and the new thing dope, and concerts cost you $5.
73 was a very dodgy period, actually.
Do you think there ever is such thing as a good old days, eh?
No, I don't really. You know, every period's got its nice things and every period's got its things that you don't like to remember. I mean, I remember that tour of Australia and New Zealand in '73 was the height of drug paranoia. And, you know, I remember spending, not here so much, but I remember spending the time in Sydney. It was really seriously kind of, you know, you're going to be busted any moment, be careful. It's not very pleasant, but I mean, the gigs were good, I enjoyed the gigs.
Today, Mick's gone solo, one of the best stadium acts in the business. But for New Zealand fans, has he got the pulling power of the Stones? He'll find out on Saturday night. Dylan Tate for the Network News.
Great stuff.
It was you in '73, wasn't it? 10 rows from the front, beads.